You're at the front door, bags in both hands, and somewhere at the bottom of your pocket are your keys. We've all been there. Or maybe you're halfway to work and you generally can't remember whether you locked the door. These are the everyday frustrations that smart locks exist to fix, and the Locked Touch smart lock promises to fix them properly. Locked has been making keyless smart locks for a few years now, but this version is now sold and supported through Shelly, which is a very interesting move. Shelly users already trust the brand for reliable, local-first smart home devices, and bringing a premium smart lock into that ecosystem gives it a real audience. I've been testing the Locked Touch smart lock for the past few weeks, going through installation, the apps, real-world performance and how it all works with Home Assistant. I'll give you the full picture, including the things that didn't quite land as well as expected. If this video helps you out, a like and a subscribe would mean the world to me. Let's get into it! First things first, Shelly sent me this lock to test it. They had no influence whatsoever on what I am saying about it in this video. Believe it or not, this is my honest opinion about the Shelly Locked Smart Lock. The packaging is clean and well organized. Inside the box you get 5 main things. The outside display module, which is the slim touch panel that mounts on the exterior of your door. The inside module, which is the motorized body that actually does the locking. The LOQED BLU Bridge, a small Wi-Fi gateway that gives the lock internet access. A set of batteries rated to last up to a year and a certified Euro profile cylinder, so you don't even need to source one separately. First impressions of the hardware are generally good. The outside touch display is only 8mm thick, thinner than a pencil. It doesn't stick out awkwardly on your door at all. The black finish is premium and consistent. The inside unit is larger, as you'd expect for something housing a motor, but solidly built. This is stainless steel with hardened drill protection, not hollow plastic. The centerpiece feature is what Locked called Touch to Open. When your phone is nearby via Bluetooth, you simply touch the outside display panel and the door unlocks. No app to open, no button to tap, just a touch. In practice it works exactly as advertised. It feels effortless in a way that most smart locks don't quite achieve. What sets this apart from the competition is that it's designed to be generally keyless, not just key optional. There's no physical key backup lurking somewhere. Instead, the fallback is either a PIN code entered on the touch panel, or, if the battery runs flat, touching a standard 9V battery to 2 external pins on the front of the display to give it just enough power to open. It's a clever piece of engineering. Security-wise, this holds SKG 3-star certification, the highest rating under European standards EN 1303 and EN 15684. Hardened steel drill protection is built in, and this is a multi-point lock compatible system. For smart home use cases, the digital key sharing is generally useful. You set time windows for guests or cleaners and access expires automatically. No more cutting spare keys. And now that it's integrated into the Shelly Smart Control app, you can chain it to other Shelly devices. Lights on when the door unlocks, shutters open automatically. All from one ecosystem. Let's talk dimensions. The outer module is 51 by 33mm at just 8mm thick. When it's on your door, you'd almost mistake it for a small NFC tag. The inside module is 284mm tall and 60mm wide. Measure your door surround before you buy, because it needs that vertical clearance on the inside face. Connectivity is Bluetooth from the lock itself, with Wi-Fi provided via the included Blue Bridge. The bridge is a small plug-in device that goes in a socket near your door. Think of it as a translator between your lock and your Wi-Fi network. Battery life is rated up to a year, which is solid for a motorized lock. Shelly also sells a power kit for around €60, 8 rechargeable AA batteries with a cable adapter, which is a nice option if you want to avoid disposable batteries entirely. Now here's the most important specification to check before ordering. This is for Euro profile cylinder locks only. That covers the vast majority of European doors, but it does not work with UK oval, Scandinavian or Swiss round profile cylinders. UK buyers also need a plug adapter for the Blue Bridge that is not included. Check your door before you buy. Door thicknesses up to 110 mm are supported and the common pin center distances of 55, 72, 92 and 110 mm are all fine. Installation has two stages. First, the physical fit. You remove your existing cylinder, fit the locked cylinder included in the box, then attach the outside touch display and the inside motor unit. There's a good installation video from LOQED that walks you through it step by step. You should be able to complete the physical part in about an hour even without a handyman background. The lock is really well designed so that it fits on almost every existing lock. I was surprised how well it's made. Then there's the software setup, and this is where things get a little more involved. You need two apps. The LOQED app handles all the lock management, adding keys, setting pins, managing schedules and reviewing the access log. You set this up first. Then, separately, you connect your locked account to the Shelly Smart Control app, which is where you get the Shelly ecosystem integration, using lock status to trigger other Shelly devices. I'll be honest, two apps is not ideal. All the lock-specific management stays in the LOQED app. The Shelly app is purely the bridge to your wider automation setup. It works, but it's not as seamless as having one unified interface. Worth knowing before you dive in. If you do not use any other Shelly products, this is not an issue. The LOQED app itself is clean and well designed. The main screen shows you the current lock status, locked, unlocked or open, with buttons below to either open, unlock or lock. You can add keys, set various settings for each person you create in the app and share them. The best option for me is touch to open, which will automatically open the lock when you touch the display. This is done based on the proximity of your phone. When your phone approaches from outside the house, the lock can be opened by touching the display. When your phone is inside the house, the lock cannot be opened by touching the display. You can also quickly lock the door by touching the display after you close it from the outside. The open house mode sets the lock so that the door can always be opened by touching the display, regardless of whether you are carrying your phone. This might be handy if your kids are playing outside or if you have a party and don't want to run to the door every time someone rings. One niggle with the pin entry: the outside display is a flat glass panel. There are no raised buttons or tactile feedback. You enter your digits by touching invisible positions on the surface. It works once you know where to press, but it's not intuitive the first time. A 6-digit code especially takes some getting used to. Day to day, the lock operates quickly and reliably. Unlocking from a touch takes about a second, fast enough that you don't notice any lag. LOQED made specific improvements to motor noise in this generation. It's noticeably quiet, not silent but unobtrusive. The auto unlock via Bluetooth geofencing was generally the highlight of testing. As I approached the house, phone in pocket, Bluetooth on, the lock was already ready by the time I reached the door. Touch the display, it opens. Over several tests I had maybe 2 or 3 occasions where the lock didn't detect proximity fast enough and I had to wait a couple of seconds. That's a very good hit rate. One real world thing to know: if you have a multi-point door lock where the handle needs to be lifted after closing to engage all the bolts, LOQED handles the cylinder rotation, but you still need to physically lift the handle yourself. The lock can't do that for you. It's a mechanical reality of this type of retrofitting, not a flaw specific to LOQED, but something to factor into your expectations. Battery life over my test period tracked well and the emergency 9-volt bypass actually works, which is reassuring to know. Good news for Home Assistant users: the LOQED Touch Smart Lock has an official integration. It's been part of Home Assistant Core since version 2023.7 and it's done properly. The integration uses the Local Bridge API, which means state changes are pushed directly to Home Assistant via webhook. No polling, no delays. When the door locks or unlocks, Home Assistant knows instantly. That's the behavior you want for automations. Setup involves generating a personal access token in the LOQED web portal, after which Home Assistant auto-discovers the Blue Bridge on your local network. You get a lock entity with 3 states: locked, unlocked and open, plus a sensor showing the battery percentage. At around 250 euros including VAT, the LOQED Touch Smart Lock is firmly premium territory for smart locks, but you get SKG 3-star security, a local API, real auto unlock and full Shelly ecosystem integration. It's available directly from Shelly's website, see the links in the description. The optional power kit with rechargeable batteries is an extra 60 euros if you want it. So, who is this for? If you have a European Euro profile door lock, you're already in the Shelly ecosystem or planning to be, and you want a smart lock that generally disappears from your daily life, where you just stop thinking about keys, the LOQED Touch Smart Lock is one of the best options on the market. The auto unlock experience is smooth, the security credentials are serious, and the Home Assistant integration is local, push-based, and reliable. Who is it not for? If you have a UK oval, Scandinavian or Swiss profile lock, check before you buy. This won't fit. Or if you don't like the fact that the door cannot be opened with a key anymore, this lock isn't for you either. And if having two apps is a deal breaker, be aware that the locked app remains your primary management interface, with Shelly optionally sitting on top for ecosystem integration. But overall, build quality, security rating, auto lock performance and smart home compatibility, this is a polished, well-engineered product that justifies its price tag. I'm impressed. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. You can also help me by supporting me monthly, just like these awesome people do. Because of that, I can keep creating these videos for you, so you can make good decisions about buying the right tools for your smart home. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Every time I'm... I made a mistake again. Yeah, we need to do this as well. The joy of recording videos. Okay, here we go.